красота! Солнце! Я не ожидал, что так. Потом я смотрю, плохо видно на видео. Вон оно выходит. А как красиво! Я не ожидал. Я думал, его не видно будет. А его видно. А? Вон оно. А, какая красота. Я думал, какой-то корабль плывет, а это солнце. Ха. Думаю, так ярко светит через облака. Сегодня воскресенье, 16 октября. Волны, тучи и солнце. Вот такие волны. Вообще. Даже надо будет потом возвращаться через них. Я так не люблю это. О! Просто посмотрим на это чудо. А? Вот солнце взошло над грешною землей, и вновь берега окутаны приливом. Пахнет сосновою смолой, скошенной травой. Так интересно, солнце там выходило, теперь там. Оно двигается вот так в течение года. Где-то вот на это расстояние. То туда, то туда. Вот сейчас оно через 2 месяца вот туда уйдет, а потом вернется. Такие волны. О, такие события интересные. Но я так уже говорю. Я надеюсь, так видно. Потом я смотрю, вроде не так уже видно. О, все, оно ушло за тучу. Там был такой пробел между тучами и горизонтом. Маленький пробел. А теперь его не видно. Почти. Вот интересные происходят вещи, если думать о них. Вот вчера мне мой... See, maybe I should even say it in English, because I don't have that many videos in English. In fact, I don't have, unless there are people who oblige me to speak English, then I don't speak it. Just like I don't speak Spanish unless there are people who speak Spanish. And those are the 3 languages that I somewhat know. But in any case, it's interesting to speak English. It's not even I'm not even used to it while I'm with my camera. But it's something interesting. I should say it in English. So yesterday, I'll talk about the family, because family is important. And I'll say this whole thing in English. Maybe people who hear me will hear me better, because my family is watching this. And they will not admit that they do. Just like my mom and dad admit, but unwillingly. They admit unwillingly. Why? If I'm watching something, I'll admit it. So my brother also made a statement that it's been brought to his attention that I lied on a video. See, well, that's a lie, because I know he heard it he heard it. So even that, I can prove it. I just feel that he most likely have heard it. Maybe he did not, but it's just the preponderance of evidence. Preponderance of evidence is on my side, because usually people hear stuff like that, such strong comments. So the point is different. Though we can talk about preponderance of evidence, it's a fascinating subject, because people, even a couple of days ago, I was talking about Jesus, and a friend of mine said, well, how do you know he even existed? See, first of all, it wasn't relevant to what I was saying. He existed or not. The thoughts that he passed on through generations are priceless. Priceless. Now, why are we even questioning if he existed instead of concentrating on what he was saying? See, that's an error of judgment. Error of judgment. Doesn't matter if he existed or not. When we talk about his ideas and his lessons that he gave us, these teachings, the lessons for us. But if we do talk about his existence, it's not something we can prove or disprove beyond a reasonable doubt. But ask any scholar, any historian that's serious, they'll tell you the preponderance of evidence is such that he existed. But and it's not even, there's not even a doubt in any historian's mind to the veracity of his existence, to the fact that he existed. Because, as they said, to make someone up in the 1st century AD, someone of such tremendous a human being, no other. If they made him up, it's incredible to have made up a human like that had so much influence. Because humans are a tricky bunch. Fairy tales don't cut it. We need some real shit, some real stuff to believe. So people believe because he was real. And if they did invent him, that's just an incredible invention. It's never been invented. No human has ever been invented like that. Not one. Like Buddha is another one that existed. These humans cannot be, they're so far out there that you can't invent someone like that. It's just impossible. Try inventing someone. They've had many fake heroes. Well, no one remembers them. Look at these big waves. Whoa. Anyway, me and my brother, we go back. It's a fascinating story. He and I don't call each other. Well, I call him. He doesn't pick up the phone since April, or even maybe March. No, I think April. So it's half a year. And that's not the first time in the last 4 years since this is happening. Multiple times it's happening, and it's happening now. So we can discuss all the who said to who, to what. He told me this, I told him that. He didn't like my question. He says that wasn't the case. It doesn't matter. You see, just like me and my kids. Oh, he cursed us. Okay, I cursed. That's not the point. The point is why this is happening. Because we have a certain situation. It's a tragic situation. It's a tragedy. It's called a grudge. It's as long as, and we have a saying in Russian, Смертельная обида. A grudge until death. You hold the grudge until you die. And you don't talk to the person. This is what my father is doing. He's holding a grudge till he dies. Because it ain't nothing's happening. He's not making any efforts to get in touch with me. He wrote me something that he can't. Yesterday, cannot talk to you. Wrote it through mother's phone. Okay, I told him I love you. Sorry if I upset you. I wrote that, and I'll tell you why I wrote that. Sorry if I upset you in any way. Прости, если я обидел, я тебя люблю. That's exactly what I wrote. It took me a little energy to write. It's not easy, because it's not even sincere. I don't feel it right now. I feel fury, just like I feel fury toward my brother. But when you ask him if he feels fury, he'll say, oh no, I'm just sorry for him. Just like my kids. No, we don't hate him. We're just sorry for him. We have nothing to do with him. He's a lost case. You know, he needs to fix himself. He needs to come around. Just like my brother would say, he needs to take his pills. He needs to go back to see the doctor, because he's clearly deranged. Well, you know, you tell someone to take your pills and not want to talk to him. That is really that's an insult that is deep. And he knows he wounds me with that, my brother. He knows when you tell someone, oh, you're off your rockets, you're off your meds, your brain is not working right. You tell that to someone as an argument, and that's it. So anything that this guy says, the person who's supposedly off his rockets, lost his sanity, well, then that discredits anything and everything that the person is saying. Anything. And that's it. I'm crazy. So I have nothing more to say, and I have to go take pills because I'm crazy. Officially diagnosed by my brother, who has zero acumen, experience in psychiatric and psychological diseases. Zero. As a physician, he has never been a physician of any sort. He has zero experience as a physician. He's a nurse and an NP, a nurse practitioner. He's never diagnosed and treated someone and prescribed the pill to someone without authority of another physician, never mind psychiatric disorders. Zero experience. Just like my children and my ex and all the ones who say that just like my co-worker, the lady who I hold in very high esteem. She's in fact somewhat of my boss. She's the wife of my boss. Whatever. I don't want to. I like that woman a lot. I don't want to criticize her. But she also told me I should be on my meds. She didn't say it in a mean way. She said it sincerely. She said, I think you should be back on your meds, because I was a little hyper that day. Okay, I could tone it down. Look at these waves. So my point is, when you start saying to people that they're crazy, that really ruins any further discussion. I've been evaluated by 18 mental health professionals. 18. I think 18. Well, now I'm talking to one that's 19, but officially 16 or 18. I think at least 16. I don't think I know acquaintance. I count them, so no, I'm not gonna count acquaintance. I've been evaluated by 16 highly experienced, not just like the ones who just finished residency and I started practice. No, decades, 20, 30-year experience, some even 40. So I'd say what? Average 10 times 6, I'd say 200-year experience combined. Cumulative cumulative, see, these words are good, cumulative experience around 200 years, 10 to 20, so 15 average times 15, 15 times 15, 225. You can check it out. You can check it out on calculator, 225. But that's not my point to exercise math right now. The point is they have come up to a consensus conclusion that I do not need to be on medicine. And I wonder which medicine should I be on if I were to be on some. No, they all said no, you don't need pills, just be yourself and control your, if you feel a little hypomanic, which I often do, if I do some introspection and look at myself, yes, I feel hypomanic, I feel hyper. Well, that's great, it's helping me. I have energy. I think that's how we all should feel to an extent. That's normal. It's just that we've been suppressed. Now, that's just, it is what it is. Be it as it may, my point is different. Why me and my brother having these horrible falling out? This is devastating. And he texts me, and he says that not willing to text, but he does not want to pick up the phone. So I call this partial contactophobia, whatever you want to call it. It's just fear of picking up the phone. He'll say, oh, you have fear of texting. I've texted plenty, I can text. I'll text him again. But I choose not to conduct communication by texting, because it's disgusting. Why can't he pick up? I know why. He hates my guts. He hates me, and he does not admit it, and that's another problem. My children hate my guts. My mother and father hate my guts. I hate theirs, and that's the problem, because I know, I feel it. The hate that I feel, it comes up to my throat when he writes shit to me and I read it, because these are the people I love the most. Some of the people I love the most. My children, yeah, my family, my mom, my dad, these are the ones. And the hatred I feel, oh, it's a deep one, and that's normal, and I can explain why. Because they're all unwilling to communicate, just like I'm communicating right now, straight up. No video, whatever, they'll tell me. It's not about me popularizing myself on my YouTube channel. It's not about that. You all know that. I have 311 subscribers and growing, and I don't advertise, and I don't tell anyone, put a like, click like. No, don't click like. Oh, if you like, click like. It's I appreciate if you like it. If you don't like it, I appreciate that too. And if you all sign off, I appreciate that too. Now if you have 0 subscribers, okay, how am I gonna sleep? I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that. Yes, I'd like for it to be successful, but that's just a small little goal in a realm of big ones. So no video, we'll agree, but FaceTime, speaking normal. I'll go to New York because I've been there, and there's many evidence to that. How, like my kids say, how babushka flips. I'll call police on you. Okay, how is that gonna help? They'll put me in jail just like my ex did? Okay, no, let's communicate. I understand what hurts them. There's a lot of stuff, transgenerational stuff. The fact that my brother lives with one woman only, and he knows only one woman from the beginning of his romantic life till this moment. He has never slept with none other than his wife, and that's a blow to any man's psyche, his physiology, his biology. It's a huge blow. No matter what religion, no matter what. And that woman is not the greatest one, the way she's acting. So when I say these things, obviously he hates me because I disrespect his wife. Well, truth cannot disrespect. It's just truth. And if I'm wrong, show it to me. I don't feel any love from that woman to my brother. In fact, he loves her more. We all love our wives more with every day, with being with them, because we don't belong to be with them only, but we do. We make a huge commitment that is unnatural. So that by definition makes us love them more, and with age it only increases. That gap that our love is bigger than their love is increasing with every day of our relationship, because they got us. They smirking, huh? I got him with a ring on my finger. I got him. Окольцевала. So of course he hates it, and he told me that himself. He'd go to jail for her, and he doesn't think she would. Why live like that? Have 3 kids, God bless him. But they see a skewed relationship. And if he treats me the way he does, they're next. And she's next, and everyone's, look at these big waves. Huge, big waves. So you see, so when I, even that little thing I say to him, that flips the shit out of him. Oh, well, I don't have to say it. I can keep it to myself. I don't go and say this every day to him. Oh, look at your wife. She's getting fat. See, I don't even have to say it now. It gives me pleasure. Because he's stuck. And I savor his misery. Because I hate his ways. Well, that's why he got all that skin issues. Dermatitis, seborrheitis, peeling of skin, creams, and eyes that are popping out of his brain, looking weird and shit, and vomiting every time he sees a woman. Well, maybe not anymore, but he used to. Writing poetry for every woman he sees and cannot do. Yeah, and that's my brother. Now my dad, back in his day, did a little better. He had some extracurricular liaisons, extracurricular journeys, travels, but it dwindled. It really dwindled, and now he's sharing the fate of all old men who are stuck with their old women, stuck pretending they love them. Please, let's not confuse ourselves. We don't love them in a sense of a man and a woman, a male-female love. No, it's a friendship. It's a long-term relationship, and the woman that is in that relationship is 70 or 80 years old. She is not someone that a man can physically love. There's nothing in her. In fact, it's appalling to imagine. That's why people go, damn, how does he sleep with that? Well, he does. Most do not. I stopped sleeping with my 40-year-old. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I stopped sleeping with Nastya, who was 35, because that got ridiculous. She was nasty, not because she was okay. But we all understand, sleeping with someone, lying down. Interestingly, лежать и ложь, ложиться, lie and lie down, they have the same root. Laying down and lying are very close linguistically. Funny thing, no? So anyway, when I say these things, people obviously get upset. That's just one thing. There's more. There's more stuff. And obviously my brother hates when I speak like that. And when I tell him about his kids, that he lies to them about them having some type of a flame, like Arosha. His son had a flame, Alina, Elina. And he talked to me, he gonna fight it. He did not lie to me. He cursed with me. But he can't curse with his father. He says, I could say, I think those words. There's much more stuff that I don't even want to reveal on these videos. How as a society we are so restrained and restricted. I'll tell you this, and I read this. Most men and women as well, not to an extent that men do it, spend tremendously disproportionate amount of time, tremendously disproportionate amount of time thinking about sex. My doctor's co-workers, that's all they think about. They're all alpha in a way. They have a lot of alpha features. And since I'm the way I am, they all tell me shit. Everyone who's slightly awoken, which the people say, Buddha says, awaken yourself. Well, that's awakening. No one talks about that awakening. Awaken to your sexuality. Oh, my mentor told me, my guru, well, you need to become more spiritual. Духовности не хватает. Please, look at you. You live with a 50-year-old and you look miserable with that fake smile. And she looks so gluttonous, gluttony. She's smiling, smirking. She got you. That's it. She got a super strong man, all hooked up. Tied your balls so tight you can't even smile right. Yeah, that's a good verse. Tied your balls so tight you can't even smile right. Yeah, you're gonna be like Muhammad Ali, making these nice statements. Listen, I gotta go back because this is not happening today. I'm paddling and I'm paddling. There's boats, there's waves. I gotta put the camera. So this is interesting stuff because we think so much about it. I have a colleague of mine. I don't talk to him now because I don't work in that hospital. We were close for many years. His name is Nick. I don't want to say his last name. He's pretty famous in here. He's one of the most prolific pulmonary doctors in this whole village. 10 years my senior. So he's what? 59. Man, he's getting up there. I'm getting up there. I met him when I was in my mid-30s. So check this out. He told me, and this is a premier, triple board certified, chief of staff, you name it. He says, man, if I only took a 10% of all the thoughts I have about sex, I want to bang that one, I want to bang that one, and that one, and that one. See, I want to bang. I remember too, man, anyone I want to bang. Crazy. I don't want to do that now. Like my grandpa says, I've overbanged. Перетрахался. That's right. And good that I did, because now you can't impress me with your little shit, little smile, little. And you should have seen what happened yesterday. Ah, disgusting. No. You need to be good, a good person, and then maybe. And young, 20, 25. That's it for me. That's me. I'm not telling everyone to be like that, although I recommend it. Anyway, He told me he thinks every day. He's masturbating. He's having all crazy type of nonsense that I don't want to even say. And this is a guy who is married, happily, happily married. He tells me how happily he's married. So what does that say? He's the one who's open. The rest of them walking around frowning and looking all miserable. And they'll say, oh, I go to the shul, I go to the temple, and I pray to God, love God. Like my guru says, your highest love should be to God. What is that? What? See, that's just crazy. What God? Highest love should be to a human, to humans, to your closest humans, to your heart. If it's a woman, your highest love should be to your men. That's it. That's your God. Men. Oh God. Because that's gonna confuse people. I'm not saying not to believe in God. I believe on all different gods. But if you're gonna start loving someone more than your men, we see what happens. I know marriage is like that. It's ridiculous what happens. Because then they love God more than their husband, and they spend time with God with way more than with their husband. So gets complicated. And I'm going against Vedas, the 5,000-year-old teachings. Yeah, because I go further than that. I go to the core, cosmic subconscious, cosmic superconscious, based on Jung, that he said it. Embracing our animal in us, because people say, oh, but we're not animals. Well, we lost that basis that we should never lose. I'm not saying go and screw everyone that moves, no, but be in touch with our most inner core. Because if we are becoming old spiritual and look like we are sexless and rigidly frigid, frigidly, well then that's not good. It's not good for our health. We're all moral, celibate, but that's not good. So that's all I'm saying. Embrace our sexuality, because that's where Freud got hated for that. And if a person's in prison, well, that's that. He can't do anything in terms of having a harem. Maybe some people even do that there. My point is, it's a disproportionate amount of energy we put into the thoughts. Not me lately. I don't have those thoughts to an extent that most people do. Something happened, but the reason why this happens is because it's been prohibited from the get-go. No animal has these morals instilled in them. Not one wild animal. No. Well, what we do to our, it's another sad thing if you think about it. What do we do to our pets? We castrate them, so they're like us, castrated. We can't handle a real dog or a real cat. Neuter those bitches. Yeah, and they become them. Beautiful animals that we've made puppies, domesticated them. My little doggy. No, this is a beast. Let him be the beast that he is, and he'll love you for it. Well, you can't in this building. Imagine this gonna rip the building apart. Yeah, and all the sofas while they're at it. And they piss all over the place. Yeah, so you gotta neuter that. So they become like us. It's fascinating. I should be thinking in English, because I never thought of it like that. In Russian, I think in Russian. I gotta start thinking in English. It gives me different thoughts. Talk like Brooklyn, baby. So you see, that's ridiculous. If you think about it, what are we doing? So there's obviously a reason for all this. Societal. I heard the guy saying It's good to separate kids when they're young so they don't mess with each other. So they have schools for boys and for girls. What the hell is that? What kind of craziness is that? For society it's good, yeah, because we don't know how to raise our children right. So they see each other and interact with each other, and they play. When they play life. They practice just like animals. They tumble with parents, they wrestle, they go on these mini hunts. Yeah. Ridiculous. So my point is, I'm not saying to become animals. We can't. We went too far. That is the whole base of what I'm preaching here, is that our first and second chakras, as they say in Eastern philosophy, are severely affected, and they're severely blocked. You have these preachers, Jordan Peterson, Sadhguru, great people, but they don't give that energy of a alpha male. Like, for example, who? Like Kirk Douglas. See that? He should have been a mentor, and he was to Michael Douglas, who doesn't have as much features as his father. But those people like Sean Connery. See, Sean Connery had that fire. You look at him and say, whoa, check out this guy. Wesley Snipes in the movie with him. Even Schwarzenegger. Those powerful heroes. There's many. Then you got people like Tom Hanks, who I love, but Brad Pitt, for example, a little bit of a finer beauty, but still extremely virile looking. George Clooney. I like this Russian actor. To me, oof, he's on fire. Mashkov, that's the guy. That's the guy. Yankovsky, there we go. We got this guy in Russia. Passed away, but Johnny Depp. Al Pacino, well, yeah. Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando. Those are the people who should be mentors to men with their energy. Now watch this. This is something I have to go back to. Okay, take it easy. Take it easy, baby. These waves, gotta be at the end of my paddle, so my nose doesn't get pulled in the water. That's what I'm talking about. Men should see men. Who they see? Jordan Peterson, who is great. I'm not discounting or disrespecting anyone. I'm just saying they lack that energy that we should see. People gonna say, look at yourself. Well, I do the best I can. I am me. Yesterday I noticed, I was talking to a lady. She said, "Are you scaring me?" I never think of myself as someone who's like brute or masculine in a way of like warrior like. I don't have that. So she said she's scared of me. Good. Run away then, so I don't have to waste none of your time and my time. Run away. Scared of me. You should have seen the woman. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa, see? I got it. Got my camera. Good. Got my camera on me. Crazy waves. It flipped me. It flipped me. That's okay. Grab my camera. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go home. That's been a beautiful conversation. I feel weird because I speak English. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to speaking in English. My brain doesn't even fire the way I'm used to. Very strange. Well, we'll talk more. Interesting thoughts. I never thought of these thoughts before. Like that, about actors and shit like that. Good thing I didn't sing my camera. That's what I'm talking about. The canale, on my channel, Formula of Love. Respect, peace and love. I love you.